जब चूड़ियां खनके कंगना छनके छनके कंगना जब जब सजना रे कंगना रे छन छनना खन खनना जब चूड़ियां खनके कंगना छनके छनके कंगना जब जब सजना रे कंगना रे छन छनना खन खनना कंगना बिन हरदी के खनके ना कंगना बिन हरदी के खनके ना ताने सुनावे चूड़ियां कंगना बिन हरदी के खनके ना कंगना बिन हरदी के खनके ना रोजे मनावे चूड़ियां छनक छनक छन खनक खनक खन छनक छनक खनक मेरा झुमका उठा के लाया यार में चल के राता बरेली के बाजार में मैं तो झुमका लगा के शर्मा गई बोली ऊपर बजा दे कि मैं आ गई मुझको लगा के नाचना मेरी यार तू नाचना छनक छनक छनका हो नाचना मेरी यार तू नाचना अब तो लगा है बाजार
Thank you very much, guys. Now, some friendships are meant to last a distance, and our next one definitely has. From Pune in India to Sydney, this group of at least half a dozen musketeers have always banded together to support one another in their many adventures. To represent this group, could I please welcome Sham and Nishta to the stage?
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely afternoon. To begin with, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Nishta. I've known Archana since we were born. Our dads used to work together in Telford in Pune, India. So we've basically grown up together since.
Would be the last 28 years or so. And yes, that's how old we are. But personally for me, Archana, I met her about 22 years ago, when I can remember her. But I didn't actually know her name until 21 years ago. She gave me the wrong name. I don't know why. She didn't like me back then, and I'm glad we're friends now. So, as speeches go, how do we do 22 years in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? So, we're going to give you the lowdown. This is going to be a long speech. So eat some dessert, enjoy. And how do we begin speeches at a wedding reception? Well, with a definition. So this is a definition we pulled up. It's not Webster, it's not Oxford, it's not Macquarie, it's not Wiktionary, it's Urban Dictionary.
So based on this definition, we can clearly see that art actually matches these qualities and attributes absolutely perfectly. But Vish, the question is, how do all of these attributes help you? How do these contribute to wifely material? So Vish, this one's for you. Listen up.
Okay. So let's define some terminology. So Archana is really witty, driven to success. We already knew that. It's been said before and it's worth repeating. She's a quintessential geek, an achievement from what she used to be, a social dork, and then before a BlackBerry carrying nerd. Before doing her MBA stuff, which seemed to center around going to South America and trekking, because that was leadership clearly, she used to do the primary school intelligentsia. She used to run it. Even her best friend, she used to call her glasses. She took it within a stride. I created the science club. She was the president of it. She disregarded the stamp collectors. There was simple focus where she was concerned. She came up to me once and goes, "Hey Sean, I squared equals -1. I'm like, "Oh, you're going to do 4-year maths?" No. I just want to prove that I know more than you. But that's been useful. It really has been useful. I think going back to the high school certificate exams, the days before the exam, I called her up and I'm like, "Archana, I don't know how to read King Lear." And she goes, no, that's okay. I'll write you an essay. And then we spent for an hour and a half on the phone, and she taught me King Lear. And then, of course, I'm successful enough, I guess, so exams passed, so thank you, Archana.
So in fact, when I actually attended Arch and Vish's wedding recently in Udaipur, I noticed Vish could speak really, really good Hindi. So I actually asked him, "How did you learn such good Hindi?" And he actually said that Archana has been teaching her for the past little while. So I think Vish is already benefiting from these teaching skills.
So, they travel a lot, we've already said it. I guess she needs to learn a couple of languages, but where has she traveled?
So Archie has very well and truly been bitten by the travel bug. So she has been absolutely everywhere. So I'm just going to name a few here. Munich, Lucerne, Florence, Rome, London, Montreal, New York City, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Seattle, Phuket, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Beijing, Chile, and of course Toronto, among others. So now I've got quite an interesting travel story to share which relates to Archie. So a few years ago, Archie and I took a trip to Europe and the UK for about 3 weeks. And it's there that I learned, I guess, a really good quality about her that I've definitely seen before, but it really just drove it home, I guess. So on the last day of our trip, we were in London at this point, so Archie and I hugged goodbye, and she left for London to head to Delhi for our friend Meetha's wedding. So mid-morning, we'd already said goodbye. By that point, I was at the tube station, heading off to go sightseeing, and I see all over the media that a volcanic ash cloud has hit Iceland, which has now caused an ash cloud to move over all across Europe and across the UK. So naturally I panicked. Archie was due to get a flight today. She picked up the phone and she said, "Don't worry Nish, I'm already onto it. I'm at the travel agent right now trying to sort it out." So she stayed an extra night with me in London because she wasn't able to leave London that day. And then she caught a Eurostar train to Paris the following morning with the aim of taking the next flight out from Paris. Delhi flights were booked solid by then. There was nothing she could do. So she caught a flight to Munich, Germany. Within 24 hours, the volcanic ash cloud had hit Germany. Munich airport was shut down. So the next day, she caught a bus to Vienna with the aim of flying out there. After around 2 or 3 days travelling, she finally arrived in Delhi. Now, unfortunately, it's a natural disaster, it simply cannot be helped, but she did miss the wedding. But she tried so hard to make it there on time, and I think we can really see just such a wonderful person she is, and the sheer determination she had to try to get to India on time.
That's just perseverance. I couldn't even listen to all of that. But, that proves that she's a good friend. I've used her as a travel agent. She's better than WebJet. What's the weather like? Oh yeah, you should go during this time. How much would it cost? This is what? Visas? Yeah, sure, you need this. Vaccinations? You're from Australia, you probably don't need a vaccination. So she used to run that for me, and so she used to be my travel agent, really.
So aside from all of these wonderful qualities we've seen, there are so many other attributes about Archie which Vish you should definitely know about. She's absolutely caring, she's considerate, she's loyal, she's optimistic, and she's just an absolute pleasure to be around.
Wait, we did this wrong. I'm really sorry. We can't really sell Archana to Vish. She's already married him. They bought the product.
You do have a point, Sean. How did we miss this?
It's because we planned this for the wrong ceremony. Okay. These guys are MBA guys, right?
Correct.
We should do a presentation. Let's do a new proposal. Something that they should buy because we're really good salesmen.
I'm with you, so talk to them in their own language.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Well, we've got a overhead slide system, so let's run it. Let's pitch this. We've got a pitch because, well, you know, we like Archana. I mean, we're doing a speech for her, so that's enough said. But we've got problems. What's the problem?
Right, the key problem here is Toronto. Let's be honest, we're all Sydney-siders in this room. We want her to be in Sydney, so we have a massive problem with the Toronto location. So firstly, Toronto, it's really cold. -7 degrees Celsius. I mean, this is an Aussie girl. We're not used to single-digit temperatures, let alone negatives. There are no beaches in Toronto. As I mentioned, Sydney-sider, used to the beaches. You have to share Niagara Falls. So we come from Australia, we have so many beautiful tourist attractions in this country. Canada has one, and even that is shared. The accent, about, or a boot, that's just confusing. And what if you hate free public healthcare? What happens then?
No, these are based. They need to privatize the system. But that's political. And what about Archana? What do you know, bitch? She doesn't like eggs. Pancakes have eggs. People who eat maple syrup have pancakes. If you have a pancake, therefore you are an eggetarian. And the worst part about all of that is that you'll be American. No, sorry. Canadian. Really simple mistake. I'm sorry about that.
Now, the key problem here with the Toronto location, it's really far from Sydney. So as you can see based on our advanced cartographical skills on the screen up here, which is aka Google Maps, Toronto is 21 hours and 55 minutes away from Sydney, which is really far from all of us loved ones in this room. So, Sham, I'm just going to hand it over to you so you can talk through our solution to the problem.
Yeah. We need to zoom in and call on to Project Arch. So what's Project Arch, you say? Project Arch involves the Archana Relocation Committee House. Or, in other words, our solution to what is this? Zoom in, find the midpoint, and bisect it. Hawaii. It's only one international time zone. So, what does relocate Hawaii? What are the benefits of it? Let's do a SWOT analysis because that's what you guys do. The benefits, we've talked about the midpoint. We've talked about the beautiful and scenic nature compared to Toronto. I mean, seriously, anything to beat that. Coconuts. And coconuts which are useful beach apparel, clearly. And lungi friendly. Your town is right.
Weaknesses. NA. None. Be positive, guys. Opportunities. Now, there's quite a number of opportunities we wanted to outline in this Hawaii solution. So, number one, there's an increased opportunity for tourism in Hawaii amongst Indians because naturally, we're all going to want to visit them. Plus, for us, the benefit is free accommodation when we do go visit Hawaii. Therefore, increased economies of scale. Point number two, there's opportunity for a new Bain office. So we've done some research, Arch and Vish, there currently is not a Bain office in Hawaii, so there is a great opportunity there. Now, based on a recent study that we've found, 1996 data from Google, pineapples are the 4th largest export in Hawaii. So clearly there is arbitrage advantage for you guys there. Number three, Rajinikanth has actually not done a movie yet in Hawaii. As your Tamil, we assume you must like Rajinikanth movies.
And of course, there are the threats. What are the threats, you say? Unhappy Canadians, but just switch off the light, you'll be fine. And also, active volcanoes. You've seen Archana and volcanoes, they don't mix well. And I know, the evidence is clear. Look at the viability studies. Just a comparative advantage of Hawaii compared to Toronto. No, nil to nine. Look at Hawaii on that prospective study, looking at how well and happy those guys are. But let's move on. Rather than bringing up polls and poking things, we'll give you a plan. We'll step it out, right up to the plan. Let's do it. Step one, go to bank, tell them they don't have a Hawaii branch. They probably already know that, but tell them anyway. Step two, offer to be the manager. It's your idea, own it. I'm giving it to you free, guys, at your reception. Step three, take the flight, collect the flighted 5 months, sell it on eBay, do your magic, make points, make a profit.
And then you can pull her on the beach.
So in conclusion, guys,
huge congratulations to Arch and Vishy. We wish you all the very, very best. It's so happy to be able to share this wonderful day with you today, and you look absolutely amazing, and it's just really lovely to be here. So on that note, now that we've given you our solution, we will see you in Hawaii. See you there.
Congratulations, Sophie.
We've also included some contact details here for Project Arch, and also just some disclaimers on the screen there as well.
I think point number 2 is very important. Don't just do this by yourselves. We don't actually know the viability of Hawaii, just in case anyone out there wants to do it. And going on to the next slide, we just want to tell you the truth. We think that healthcare is very important. Leg slots are not a laughing matter, so an 11-hour flight is much better than a 22-hour flight. I can tell you that much. Provoked DVT, 6 months of warfarin, you don't want that, bleeding risk. And going on to the next slide, this is, there's an urban dictionary for Archana. There isn't one for Vish. The only one that there is pretty seedy, but it makes you look really cool. So there is one that has been in review, and it is actually currently getting reviewed. So watch that space, it may come up.
I'm just going to read that definition out because it's not clear on the screen. So just so you know, the definition is strong, silent, brooding type who must be really good. He must be a Vish to marry an Archana.
Thanks, guys.
And just how to tie a lungi in Arabic.
Thanks, guys. So now I guess we're going to all go to Hawaii, and we know how to tie a lungi. Bonus! So now for the most important part of the afternoon, one we've all been waiting for. It's the 2 most important people of today, Arch and Vish. They're going to say a few words, so put your hands together for them.
Thanks, Swati. It's a real honour for Vish and I to be celebrating our marriage with all of you today. Thank you so much for being here. Over the last few months, all the staff here have been inquiring about who the mysterious bride is and where she is. Meanwhile, Mum, Dad and Ivan have put countless hours of thought and planning into this event. For those of you who don't know my dad so well, he pores over every detail. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has actually been more demanding than a bride might have been. Today's been phenomenal. Thank you for doing such a good job of bringing together our closest friends. I can't name everyone, but thanks to all of you who have made this event possible. I'd also like to call out a few people. Sadhanti, Ranjuanti, Umanti, Pranayankal, Kiran, Nishtha, Swati, Dhanmen. Thanks for all of your valuable input, constant reassurances and help on the ground. Nitanti, the flower decorations are beautiful. I can't see one. Yeah. Thank you so much. And the 3 of you, Hira, Megha, Swati, you guys have come a long way from when we used to dance back in the day. Hopefully you'll still count me part of the crew and include me in on the dances. Pranita, you did a pretty special solo performance for us today. And Nishtha, Sham, Evangeline, thanks for bringing back some memories and also for your plan. I really like it. I think we're both sold. While planning this wedding, I've also had the chance to reflect on the special relationships I've been privileged to have over the years. And it means a great deal to us that so many of you are here today, and so many of you were able to make it to the wedding. It's truly a testament to our deep relationships and has shown me that distances don't really have to mean anything. I look forward to continuing our new, now high-tech relationship with Skype, WhatsApp, Gmail, and of course frequent visits. Nirvan, where are you? I always thought that I would be the one showing you the ropes as the older sister, and your sheer versatility and ability to become an expert on everything from cooking to photography to economics, it really amazes me. Mum and Dad, I don't really have words to express how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. I don't think Dad's listening. As I've grown up, you've empowered me to make my own decisions about career, finances, life partner, and in all my future actions and decisions. humility and caring for others. Now, my husband Vishwa, I won't sort of go on too much about your peculiarity. We've already had a laugh about those, but you always have a way to make me smile and laugh on any occasion, and you taught me to make the most of whatever comes my way. So with you by my side, I know that I'll always be able to take on anything and really achieve every goal I set out for myself. To my new parents, thank you for the warm welcome into the family. I'm really excited to be part of the family, and I hope to bring some more North Indian food, some Aussie culture, and some dancing into the Kumar family repertoire.
It's clear how Archana turned out the way she did every time I meet more of her family and friends. Thank you all for being here today. I haven't really gotten to know most of you too well, but today's the first step, and I look forward to the days, months, and years ahead. And thanks again to all the folks who Archana mentioned earlier who made the event possible. I also wanted to thank my family. My dad couldn't be here today, he's in Toronto, but my mom and Mayur who are here, thank you very much, as well as our longtime family friends from Sydney and Melbourne. We really appreciate you being here as well. I appreciate my family's general globe-trotting nature because we get to maintain great friendships like those in Sydney and Melbourne with some folks for a few generations, as well as me getting the chance to meet my wife in a faraway country as well. I guess a special thanks to my new family, auntie, uncle, and the multi-talented Nirvan for being such great hosts, not only in Sydney but also in Udaipur. I first got to experience hospitality at the Gelda household as a home cooking starved Indian Canadian in Sydney a few years ago. And I got to taste some of Auntie's food. Little did I know then that was the first meal I'd have of many in Rochester Street. I look forward to those. And of course, thank you to my wife, Archana. It's been amazing so far. Really nice and relaxed, surprisingly, it seems. We had a great time in the Maldives and Kerala after our wedding, without too much planning of day-to-day events, thanks to me who actually forced you not to do anything. And as we go forward, I look forward to a life with packed days, extended Google Calendar usage for our weekend plans, and exploring many bushwalks in Canada that I have no clue exist right now, but I hope so. There would be no better way to start our lives together than this wedding season we've had, starting from May 25th and ending today, with the blessings of all of you and the people who we've been blessed to share life with.
As many of you know, Vish and I will be starting work in Toronto in a few weeks' time, but we won't be gone for long, and we promise to come back to Sydney often. We hope that we can welcome many of you to the city that we will be calling our new home, and it's almost a direct flight from Sydney to Toronto, so no excuses. Now, without further ado, we'd like to invite you to put on your dancing shoes and join us on the dance floor.